We are live today at Saratoga Racecourse for the nationwide Vigil for Horses. We have activists with tombstones, flowers, candles to remember the 16 horses killed at Saratoga Racecourse this year, the 226 horses that were killed at Saratoga Racecourse since 2009, and the over 2,000 horses that die at American tracks each year. We're going to start today with Horse Racing Wrongs President and Founder Patrick Battuello. Hi, Patrick.
Well, I'm not really sure what more I can say about this. If you're familiar with our website, horseracingwrongs.org, you know what we do. I have personally documented names, dates, locations, and details the deaths of almost 10,000 horses just since 2014. That's 10,000 since 2014. We estimate that over 2,000 horses die every year across America. That's 6 kills every single day for $2 bets and frivolous entertainment. So the question is really simple. What will it take, America? When is enough enough? They die in the most horrific of fashions. Cardiac arrest. These are animals who are mostly still in adolescence. Pulmonary hemorrhage, bleeding out from the lungs. Blunt force head trauma. Broken necks. Severed spines. Ruptured ligaments. Shattered legs. Colic. Laminitis. Pleural pneumonia. And this doesn't even begin to account for the hundreds, if not thousands more who raced right here at Saratoga Racecourse and were sent to equine hell when the industry was done using them, the slaughterhouse. When is enough enough?
Here are all the activists today outside of the entrance, and I'm going to go one by one so we can see the tombstones and remember the horses and talk to some of the activists today that came here. And I know a lot of you at home are here at home in solidarity, lighting candles and remembering the horses. Burning Bright, one of the 16 horses that have been killed at Saratoga Racecourse this year. Thank you for being here. You want to say something, Francine?
We're here to honor the horses that have died at Saratoga track. I can hardly not cry about it. This is what happens to horses for human entertainment. I really don't know what it takes. You have to understand. Don't believe the lies. It's marketing. They don't treat them like family. They don't treat them like royalty. These horses live a life of hell. And then often they're sent off to slaughter when they're of no use to the industry anymore. We can live without this. We have to get better.
Thank you, Francine. Thank you for being here today. Hey, Lorraine, do you want to say something?
They don't deserve this.
Thank you. Grace. Grace is holding a monument with the names of all of the horses from Saratoga this year that lost their lives for gambling and entertainment. Do you want to say something?
I'm here because we can win this. We can save future horses from slaughter, from torture, from lives of just horrible lives. These are babies on this poster. These are babies. This is not natural. They are not athletes. They are forced to perform for human consumption and entertainment, and it's wrong, and we can stop this.
Thank you, Grace. As Grace pointed out, see the ages of these horses. All of these horses are 6 years old or younger, dying horrible, horrible deaths, suffering in stalls, in pain every day for gambling and entertainment.
Horses are not meant to be raced. They're just meant to be free and wild and just run free. Stop coming to racetracks. They're just dying on the track.
Thank you. Thank you. Did I say something?
I stand here today in great sorrow for the 16 horses that died this year at Saratoga and the many hundreds more who have died and will die for entertainment. And I want to apologize to the horses for our fellow human beings who decided that entertainment and profit were worth their lives. Rest in peace.
Thank you. Hi, Jean.
I want to remember not only the 16 who died here at Saratoga this year, but the countless horses who died unnoticed and uncared for by this industry and by these bettors who don't realize what they're paying for. This industry runs on vanity and greed, and we are here to end it.
Thank you, Jean. Hi, Terry.
This shouldn't have to happen. We don't want to be here mourning these horses. We want this to stop. There's no reason. You can do so many other things with this property and with these people that work there. So we're here to show that. And we're going to stay here as long as the track is open. We will be here protesting.
Thank you. Yes, we will. Hi, Joy.
We're here in honor of the thousands of horses that die on American tracks every year. They're intelligent, emotional animals who deserve just as much care and love that a dog or a cat or even a human does. Please consider the suffering that these amazing creatures go through, and please don't support racing horses. Please.
Saratoga averages 15 dead horses every year, and the total is 16 as it stands. And they are still training here at Saratoga Racecourse. Today the track is closed, but there are no spectators going in, but there are horses training at the track right behind me. Naira security was out taking pictures of us. I guess that's in a form of intimidation, but we did not leave. We will not leave. We will be their voice. Hi, Sarah. Do you want to say something?
This is no life for any sentient being.
Thank you, Sarah. Marianne.
Frigid lady, a 3-year-old that died at the hand of the web for entertainment for a $2 bet. My heart breaks for these horses every day. Please stand with horse racing wrongs and be their voice. They so need us. 16 horses died here at Saratoga this year alone. It's heartbreaking, so please join us in the fight for these sentient beings. Thank you.
Thank you, Marianne. We have a long line of tombstones. We have a long line of activists. We're going to light candles for the horses soon, and you all join us at home to do so. And right now we're going to speak to Ellen Collins of Horse Racing Wrongs, and she is going to read the names of the horses that died at Saratoga Racecourse this year.
These are the name of the horses: Kaon, Amy's Curlin, Frigid Lady, Winter Sun, Blame It on Mary, Lawful, Sopran Basilia, Maple Leaf Mel, Closed Caption, Ever Summer, Wise Kraken, Art Collector, Burning Bright, Nobel, New York Thunder, and Shutters.
Thank you, Ellen. And before we light candles, we're going to change the number from 16. That's this summer only, and there may be more. As I said a few minutes ago, Saratoga is still training horses for the next couple weeks. "226 horses have died at Saratoga Racecourse since 2009. 226 caring, sensitive horses who didn't want to be born into this, who didn't want to suffer and die for gambling and entertainment. No matter what the industry says, the horses do not want this. Horses live to be about 25 or 20 or 30 years old, and they're dying at 3, 4, 5, 6 years old for gambling and entertainment. And we'll start lighting our candles here for all of the horses. We'll light our candles down here. Think of the suffering. Shutters died before the vet could arrive. Oh,
Doesn't seem to have any fuel.
maybe it's out of fuel.
Yeah, I think it's out.
Oh no, we'll get you a light. Lighting our candles to remember the horses. It's hard to see our candles because it's very sunny and warm here right now. But we're remembering horses. Patrick, we talked to all the activists out here today. We read the names of the 16 horses that were killed here, and we changed the name on the coffin, the number on the coffin, to 226. Do you have anything else you would like the people at home to say, or to say to the people at home?
Yeah, it's really quite simple. If you support horse racing in any way here at Saratoga, anywhere in America, either by betting, going to the races, even if you don't bet, you're still supporting by going through the gates, even watching on TV, then you are responsible for what happens to these animals. You have to connect the dots. They can't hold the races without your support. So we're just asking you to reconsider your choices, find other ways to spend a Saturday or Sunday afternoon. Don't come to Saratoga Racecourse. Since 2009, as you mentioned, 226 horses have been killed here. They average 15 dead every summer. It's like clockwork, and sure enough, we're at 16 this summer. So you know going in that 15 horses or more are going to die. Are you okay with that? If you're not okay, then there's only one answer, and that's to stop supporting horse racing.
Patrick, I mentioned that the training track behind us is still training horses here, so there is that possibility that more horses can die at Saratoga Racecourse before.
Right, so typically we will see 2, 3, sometimes even 4 more horses dying after Saratoga ends the racing on Labor Day. So that 16 could very well turn into 20 before we're done. And again, you have to connect the dots as the American consumer. If you are supporting horse racing in any way, then you are responsible for what happens to these animals.
Thank you. I'm just going to pan over here really quickly to show that the track is closed, that security was taking pictures of us when we pulled up. They didn't give us a hard time this year like last year, but the track is empty. It's closed for the season. And like Patrick said, more horses could possibly still die here in training or in stalls.
I'd like to just take another couple minutes and talk about the other cruelties involved in
That would
horse
be great,
racing. I don't
thank
know
you.
if anyone ever did. These animals are abused from the moment that they are sold into servitude into the racing industry. They're broken, which is an industry term, meaning to be made pliant and submissive at the tender age of 1. And then they are thrust into an intensive training regimen at 18 months and raced at 2, which on the maturation chart is the rough equivalent of a 6-year-old child. So their bones aren't done growing, their growth plates aren't done fusing. So we see time and again 4, 3, even 2-year-old horses dying with chronic conditions like osteoarthritis and degenerative joint disease, sometimes in all 4 limbs. It's clear, unequivocal evidence of the incessant pounding these unformed bodies are forced to absorb. They are, of course, drugged and doped without consent. Most people know that. They are whipped. Think about this. If you saw someone whipping his dog in the park, you would call 911 and that person would be arrested on the spot for animal cruelty, probably felony animal cruelty. Yet at the racetrack, it's considered part of the tradition. They are commodified, so most of these horses are sold multiple times. Over the course of their so-called careers, and anxiety and stress to an already anxious, stressful existence. They are utterly controlled and subjugated with things like nose chains, and lip chains, tongue ties, and eye blinders, and mouth bits, which, says Dr. Robert Cook, an expert in equine ear, nose, and throat, makes the horses feel like they are suffocating when being forced to run at those breakneck speeds. They're not able to get that tight lip seal that horses need when running because of those bits. Not only that, but it causes pain because it's wedged into the palate of their mouths. And then perhaps worst of all, the typical racehorse is kept locked alone in a tiny 12x12 stall for over 23 hours a day. It makes a mockery of the industry claim that these horses are born to run, love to run. It's a cruelty all the worse for being inflicted on naturally social herd animals like horses. Dr. Craig Kulikowski, a prominent veterinarian here in upstate New York, likens this to keeping a child locked in a 4x4 closet for 23 hours a day. Imagine that. So that's the way these animals are kept. So it's far worse than just the killing. There is everyday cruelty, everyday abuse. So again, it can't happen without support from the American public, and we're just asking people to reconsider.
Thank you. So we look at all of the activists here today who are standing here for the horses. We had a vigil at Churchill Downs today at 11 a.m. You can see the replay on our social media. And at 3:45, we'll be going live from Delaware Park. We're getting some honks of support. We had a few people stop and get leaflets for more information. If you want to join us, there's a lot of ways to help. You can help organize protests. You can organize vigils. You can take part at home. Light your candles at home today, and please post them to your social media so people will know what's happening in horse racing. People didn't know, but now they do. So thank you all for joining us at home today, for lighting candles, for posting. Thank all the activists for being here and at Churchill Downs, and the live stream that will begin in a little over 20 minutes from Delaware Park. You can join us at horseracingwrongs.org. You can join our Horse Racing Wrongs Action Group on Facebook. And there's different ways to be a voice for the horses. Thank you all for joining, for watching, for commenting, for liking, and for spreading the word for the horses today.